for this skill project, I decided to work on my verbal communication skills. I find myself getting a lot of social anxiety when I go anywhere. If I meet new people, I run every single possible scenario through my head, whether or not it's worth talking to them, if I should waste my time and put myself through the social anxiety that I get. And then I think about every single word that I say, because I don't want to come off any way that I wouldn't want to come off as. I don't want anyone to ever think that I'm dumb or I don't know what I'm talking about, or that I'm awkward. So I just find myself being quiet most of the time. And so for how I tried to work on this skill was my fiance Michael and my best friend Heather. They've both been really good friends for about 10 years, and that's how I met Heather. And she's kind of the same as I am, where we just like to stay in our own bubble. So one day she told me she was having people over just to watch the football game, and I didn't think anything of it. I mean, she's had people over before, and usually it's just whoever's in our small group of friends, and this time was different. And they've been friends for a long time, so they share a lot of friends, and most of them are people they haven't seen in a really long time. So when we were there, they were talking to people and they were catching up, and I mean, usually I just stick to their side, and it just sometimes is weird. So this time I tried not to just follow them around, but even when I don't, I end up drinking a little to make myself easier to talk to and to loosen up. But it was a Sunday, so I couldn't do that since I had work early the next day. So I just kind of analyzed the entire situation, and there was somebody who I'd recognized from Mike's pictures, and I've heard stories about them, but I've never actually met them. So I went up, I introduced myself to them, and I mean, we ended up talking, but a lot of times when I talk to people, I just run things through my head, like try to find something that you have in common with them, try to relate to them. And I think thinking about it ends up making it so I just don't even listen to what they're saying, and it makes the whole situation a lot more awkward than it needs to be. But this time I went up, I talked to them, I got to know them, and I actually listened to what they said, and it was easy. It's easier when you don't try. You make things a lot harder when you think about every single thing, and how it could go and how it couldn't go, and just, I mean, it kind of makes me realize how insane it is, how much pressure I put on myself just to try to get along with somebody and try to get to know somebody new. It ended up being pretty great. I ended up having a really good night, and I met a couple of other people that they've been friends with for a long time, and it wasn't nearly as awkward as I expected it to be. And I'm hoping to continue on working on this skill, and I'm hoping that one day I just won't be so awkward to talk to. But I felt like that was a great place to start, and that's my story.